afternoon, and welcome to the University of Missouri St. Louis. My name is Barbara Harbach. I'm a Curator's Professor of Music here at the University of Missouri St. Louis, and I am privileged to serve as your guide for the 2014 Stars Confirmation Ceremony. As you may know, the St. Louis corporate science community is a major sponsor of the Stars program. It is their philanthropic support that assists our participating institutions in making the unique pre-collegiate program possible. One of the corporations that helps support the STARS program is LMI Aerospace Inc. D3 Technologies. LMI is committed to helping the greater St. Louis community develop science and engineering manpower for the future. It is my pleasure to introduce Ms. Sarah Jameson, Human Resources Manager at LMI, for a corporate perspective on the STARS program and why they are committed to support this important educational endeavor. Ms. Jameson.
Thank you, and good afternoon. Good afternoon. Oh, it's a beautiful day, wonderful day. And I want to thank our distinguished university faculty and staff and the student mentors that are here, all of the parents and family and friends that have gathered today to honor our STARS students here, our STARS participants. And I want to acknowledge our 91 participants, which I think is a record for this program, I believe, so that's wonderful. I thank you all for affording me the...
Dr. Peck served as physician-in-chief at the Jewish Hospital of St. Louis, and from 1989 to 2003, he was dean of the Washington University School of Medicine, executive vice chancellor for medical affairs, and president of the Washington University Medical Center. In 2003, Dr. Peck was named the director of the Center for Health Policy and the Alan and Edith Wolf Distinguished Professor of Medicine at Washington University. And in 2005, he was appointed senior professor of engineering. Dr. Peck and his colleagues have co-authored over 100 scientific publications, principally in bone and mineral metabolism, discovering the first method to isolate bone cells from their calcified habitats, thereby facilitating efforts to understand their biology and their functions. Thereafter, Dr. Peck and his colleagues studied the effects of various hormones and other agents on these cells, including the first demonstration of the effects of insulin.
When I was growing up, I wasn't intending to be a scientist. My scientific career as a preteen was the attempt to blow up my family's house with my chemistry set in the basement. Fortunately, it didn't work. My mother wanted me to be a concert pianist, but it turned out that I wasn't going to be a great concert pianist. So then she said, well, you become a doctor. My father was a general physician. So I said yes and went to medical school. But in college and medical school, I realized the advantages and the opportunities in medical science. So I decided to become a medical scientist. And my mother wasn't happy about that. I finally was able to persuade her that it would be a great career for anybody to do that, science of all kinds, and medical science for me. And so she finally got it. She got the message. So every year when the Nobel Prizes in medicine or physiology were awarded, she would call me up and say, what happened? Here's in science what you should bring to the table. And the first is to pursue your dreams, through science. The second is continuous improvement, do your best. And the third is enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, don't do it. You can change it, see if that helps, but usually it doesn't. Enjoy science. And finally, listen to other people. Get advice from mentors and other people. And don't be afraid of criticism. I have been I've been integrally participating in science that has involved thousands of scientists. And I will tell you that there are some common threads. One is character and ethics. 2 is creativity. 3 is curiosity. 4 is the willingness to tolerate downturns, because science, the history of science is up and down. The history of every laboratory is up and down. So you have to realize that failures occur along the way, and it's up to the scientists to solve the failures. It's also important that you remain well-rounded. The world about you, your family, your significant others. Now, I do want to congratulate the families and friends of you people, because without their support, this wouldn't have happened. So anyway, congratulations and thank you for allowing these kids to grow up the way they did, and support the activities that they've been involved in here. Now, we talked about mentors. I had a mentor at Harvard.
Some of you might wonder, what does a research mentor actually do? Well, it varies from discipline to discipline and from mentor to mentor. Basically, the major responsibility for guiding the student's achievement falls to the research mentor. Would everyone please hold your applause until the end? For 5 years of STARS service, Dr. Dana Baum, Department of Chemistry, St. Louis University. Dr. Young-Shin Yeon, Department of Energy, Environmental. Dr. Heidi Ho, Student Advisor to the STARS program and a distinguished scientist herself at Confluence Life Sciences, will announce the student participants and their mentors. Dr. Howard Granick, Senior Student Advisor to STARS and the Science Department Chair at Crossroads College Preparatory Academy, will present the symbolic laboratory code. Dr. Ken Mayers, the STARS Director, will present the certificate of recognition. And Dr. Charles Granger, Curator's Distinguished Teaching Professor here at UMSL and originator of the STARS program 26 years ago, will congratulate each student along with our challenge speaker, Dr. Peck.
Students, please come forward as I read your name and the name of your mentor. Praveen Bhagavandos in the lab of Dr. Dana Baum. Susanna Barrett in the lab of Dr. Wenyang Shaw. Sanjay Cherupala in the lab of Dr. Dekka Enkvichapul. Sarah Connolly in the lab of Dr. Patricia Cavazos. Amanda Crawford in the lab of Dr. Amy Dunlap. Harrison Critchfield Jang in the lab of Dr. Mark McQuilling. Carolina DeAndrea in the lab of Dr. Brent Zanosko. Saivarun Gajagoni, sorry, in the lab of Dr. Srikant Singamani. Hao Yu Gao in the lab of Dr. David Belota. Jack Gorsica in the labs of Dr. James O'Brien and Dr. Leah O'Brien. Dennis Gregorian in the lab of Dr. Sergei Korolev. Christopher Halen in the lab of Dr. Amy Dunlap. Anne Elise Hardy in the lab of Dr. Jessica Wagenseal. Purnashree Malavanan in the lab of Dr. Colin Nichols. Stephen Mattingly in the lab of Dr. Vijay Sharma. William Meng in the lab of Dr. Ramesh Amuda Pachelian in the lab of Dr. Amit Mathur. Saruj Povada in the lab of Dr. Ramesh Agarwal.